Hello everybody, how are you? It's Can 3. Today we'll complete the exam for algebra year 2022 part 2. Look at question 16. If the two square roots of complex number negative 7 plus 26i over 5 minus 2i are positive or negative a plus bi, where a and b are two real numbers, then a plus 2b can be equal space, where a by I power 2 equal negative 1. We have here z equal negative 7 plus 26i over 5 subtract 2i. We can use calculator to find the simplest form about this number. It will be negative 3 plus 4i. We can use complex program in the calculator to find z in the simplest form. It will be negative 3 plus 4i. We have here x equal negative 3 and y equal 4. We can find r, the absolute value, about x power 2 plus y power 2, it will be 9. 4 power 2 equals 16. Square root about 9 plus 16 equal 5. Okay, and then we can write the two real numbers. We have a and b are real numbers, and he give us the two square roots of complex number will be, the two square roots will be what? We can find the result by using rule. Will be square root of a plus bi will be positive or negative. We can write positive or negative. This rule, square root of r plus x over 2 plus I multiplication r subtract by x over by 2. We use this rule to find the two square roots of complex number. Okay, complete with me. Write positive or negative. Square root of 5 plus x. X here was negative 3, 5 minus 3 over 2 plus I, square root of r, 5 minus x, minus times the minus equal positive. 5 minus 3, 2 divided by 2, 1, square root of 1 equal 1, plus I, multiplication by 5 plus 3, 8 divided by 2, 4, square root about 4 equal 2, it will be 2i. Okay, the result will be 1 plus 2i. He tell me find the result about a plus 2b. Can be equal what? The result in this expression here, we get two solutions. The first will be a will be positive or negative 1 and b will be positive or negative 2. Put here a equal 1 and b equal 2. 2 times 2 equal 4. Then the result will be 5. Choose letter A about this example. Question 17. If z1 equal 9 plus 12i and z2 equal a power negative pi over 2 multiplication I, then z1 over z2 equal space. We know z2 equal a power negative pi over 2. Its meaning what? Negative I. Then z2 equal negative I. Angle here equal negative pi over 2. Then z2, we can convert it, this image here, to algebra. Trigonometric image here, cosine negative pi over 2, the angle equal negative pi over 2, plus I sine negative by over 2, z2, and we have here z1 equal 9 plus 12i. We can divide them. We know z2 equal negative I. Okay, understood? z2 equal negative I here, because angle here negative by over 2. Here z2 equal negative I. He won't find the result between z1 over z2. We must divide it. z1 over z2. z1 here 9 plus 12i over negative I. It will be what? Negative I. Here we can multiplication by I power 2 from left from numerator and denominator and to simplest it. Multiplication here by I and here by I to simplest this result. Then z1 over z2 equal 9i, okay, plus 12i power 2 over negative I power 2. We know I power 2 equal negative 1, negative 2, negative equal positive, and I power 2 equal negative 1. Then the result will be 9i subtract by 12. Then the result will be, we can replace them, it will be negative 12 plus 9i, and you can write 3, write common factor between two term here, write 3 outside, it will be negative 4 plus 3i. The result will be 3 times negative 4 plus 3i. 3 times negative 4 plus 3i. Choose letter A. Question number 18. If the fifth term is the expansion of 2x minus 1 over x power 2 all power n according to the descending powers of x is the term free of x meaning x power 0. You must find term number 5. He tell us the fifth term is free of x. It's meaning what? Term 5 hasn't any power of number. Power of number will be what? Power of 0. X will be power what? X power of 0. We haven't x in term 5 because to us it's the term free of x. Term 5 equal what? We have in the power n combination by 4 multiplication the second here negative 1 over x power 2 all power 4 multiplication the first 2x multiplication power difference between them n minus 4, and then you can simplest this term 5 will be n combination by 4. It will be x power negative 8. 2 times 4 8 in denominator come up in numerator and change the sign here. Multiplication by 2 power n minus 4 multiplication x power n minus 4. It will be n combination 4 multiplication by x, and x we can simplest it x power negative 8 plus negative 4 negative 12 plus n multiplication by 2 power n minus 4. He tell us we haven't here any term of x, any coefficient about this term here. We can cancel x here, it will be 0, the power will be 0 if n equal 12. Then negative 12 plus n will be equal 0, so n will be equal 12. Choose letter C. Okay, because it tells us the power of x is term free of x. It's meaning what? It's meaning x power 0. X power 0 where n equal 12, because negative 12 plus 12 equal 0. Question 20 is the factors or cofactors matrix of the matrix A is. He give us cofactors matrix of the matrix A, and absolute value determine the matrix A equal negative 16, then A power negative 1 the inverse about this matrix equal what? the inverse about matrix equal 1 over determinant of matrix A multiplication by adjacent. Okay, he give us here the cofactors 2 and -4 and -6. We can rotate it to find adjacent. Rotate this matrix here because they give us the cofactors matrix. If you rotate it, you can find the adjacent. Okay, we can write 1 over -16 and rotate the matrix here to -4, -6, and here -8, 8, 32, and here will be 2 and -4 and -22. We can write 2 common factor between all digits here, divided by 2 only. Multiplication by 1 over -16, it will be 1 over 8, -1 over 8, and here 1 and -2 and -3, -4 and 4 and 16, 1 and -2, -11. Choose letter D. Understood? Again, you want to find what? The inverse of this matrix. Here, 1 over determinant of matrix A multiplication adjacent about this matrix. He give us cofactors matrix. Here, if you rotate this matrix, you can get the adjacent about the matrix, and write 2 common factors between all term here. Multiplication by 1 over -16, it will be -1 over 8 multiplication by matrix here in the simplest form. Shows letter D. Question 21. The length of perpendicular drawing from the point A to the straight line R equal space length. Okay, we want to find the perpendicular lengths. We have the point here A, the order of the point 0 and 3 and 0. We want to find the perpendicular lengths to the straight line R equal 3 and 2 and 1 plus T multiplication by 2 and the -1 and 4. Okay, to find the lengths here, we can find cross between this factor and this factor over absolute value about vector here. Then you must write the point. This point lies in the straight line 3 and 2 and 1. This point here, this point 3, 2 and 1. Okay, it's a straight line R, and the vector U here. So we can find the vector D here to find cross between 2 factors here, vector 1, okay, vector here and vector, multiplication between them, cross and divided by the second. Okay, we have here this D or U and D divided by the second. Let this L, and using the rule, cross between this vector D and this vector here U over determined about vector U to find the lengths here. Cross between D and U over absolute value about the second vector about straight line U. It will be what? We can find vector D cross vector U right here, I and J and K. D is the first. D is the difference between A and the point here B. 0 minus 3 equal -3, 3 minus 2 equal 1, 0 minus 1 equal -1, and U here 2 and -1 and 4. We can find the result. It will be 3I plus 10J plus k. It will be 3 and 10 and 1. 3 and 10 and 1. Okay, then we can write here the rule about here. The result will be square root of 3 power 2 equal 9, 10 power 2 equal 100, 1 power 1 equal 1 over absolute value of u here, square root of 2 power 2 equal 4, and it will be 16. It will be square root of 101 and 21. It will be square root of 101 over 21. Shows letter D about this example. Understood? So in this example, to find the length from point to a straight line, you must find the cross between vector D and vector U over the absolute value of vector U, or determined about vector U, using this rule to find the length. But if the teacher asked you find the conjunct about straight line here, conjunct here, we must convert this sign here to dot, to find the length here Bn, to find the length Bn here. It will be what? Vector D dot vector U over absolute value of vector U. Okay, to find Pn. But in this example, you want to find the perpendicular here, length of perpendicular drawn from the point A to the straight line. It will be equal square root of 110 over 21. Choose letter D. Question 22. If A and B and C, A 2, -5, 7, B 1, 3, 6, and C is a point pointing to y-axis and equidistant from A and B, then the coordinate of the point C equal space. C pointing to y-axis, it's meaning what? C, the order of C will be what? We know x and y, z. He tell us point belonging to y-axis. Y-axis, it's meaning x equals 0 and z equals 0, and we have y here. A and B. Then the coordinate of, okay, he tell us again A and B and C, give us A and B, and C is a point belonging to y-axis and equidistance from AB. Okay, equidistance, it's meaning what? It's meaning AC equal BC. We can use the square root of B and C, called C subtract by A. We can use the rule. He give us A and B and C. Okay, he give us A 2 and -5 and 7, and B 1, 3 and 6. AC, E and C here, it's meaning 2 minus 0 equal 2 power 2 equal 4. -2 minus y, it will be all y minus 5 minus 5 y plus 5 all power 2. 7 minus 0 equals 7, power 2 equals 49. And here BC, B and C, 1 minus 0 equal 1, power 2 equal 1. 3 minus y, or y minus 3 all power 2. 6 minus 0 equals 6, power 2 equals 36. Okay, we have under the root here equal under the root. Okay, we can simply state here, put the power from left hand side to right hand side, cancel the power here, and then square root of 4 plus 49, and we have here y power plus 5 power 2 plus 49 plus 4 equal 53, and here square root of 37 plus y minus 3 all power 2. We can cancel square root here, then y plus 5 over power 2 plus 53 equal 37 plus y minus 3 over power 2. And then you can simplify this expression here. Y power 2 plus 2 times 5 times y equal 10y plus 25 plus 53 equal 37 plus y power 2 minus 6y plus 9. Cancel y power 2 by y power 2. 10y plus 5 plus 3 equal 8. 5 plus 2 equals 7. Right here negative 6y. And 37 plus 9 equal 46. Okay. 37 plus 9 46. And then moving negative 6y here, it will be 16y equal 46 minus 78. Right, negative here. 8 minus 6 equal 2 and 7 minus 4 equal 3. Negative 32 divided by 16 to get y. Then y equal negative 2. Then y equal negative 2. Negative 32 divided by 16 equal negative 2. Okay. Then we must choose letter C. Question 23. If z1 equal to cosine 150, z1 equal to, look at here, z1 equal to multiplication by cosine 150 subtract I sine 150. We have here positive and negative. Positive and negative lies where positive and negative in the force, and we have cosine and sine, so the result will be negative theta. Z1 will be 2 multiplication by cosine. This angle will be negative 150 plus I multiplication by sine negative 150. It's Z1. And you can simplify it, divided 360 to this angle. Okay, and Z2 equal 3 multiplication by sine 150 plus I cosine 150. Positive and positive, the first quadrant. Positive and positive. And sine and cosine, it will be what? It will be here 180 subtract by angles. In Z2, write the angle here. It will be 3 multiplication by sine and cosine. This angle 150. But he write here sine and cosine. You must change it, bro, from sine and cosine. We must change by using what? It lies in what? In the first quadrant, it's meaning 90 subtract by theta. We can write Z2 equal 3 multiplication by cosine 150. This angle here, write 90, the first 90 subtract by theta. 90 subtract by 150 plus I multiplication by sine, convert from cosine to sine, 90 subtract by 150. Then Z2 equals 3 multiplication by cosine. It will be negative what? Negative 16. Negative 60 plus I multiplication by sine negative 60. Okay, because it lies where in the first quadrant here, 90 subtract by theta. And then you want to find Z1 multiplication Z2, Z1 and Z2. We have Z2 here and Z1 here. 2 times 3 equals 6, and we can write cosine negative 150 plus negative 60. We must add them. It will be negative what? 0 plus 0 equals 0. 6 plus 5 equals 11. 1 and carry up 1. 1 plus 1 equals 2. Plus I multiplication by sine negative 210. We can simplify it. This angle here, negative 210. it's 360 to this angle. It will be cosine 360 here and 360 here. It will be what? 0 minus 0 equals 0, 6 minus 1 equal 5, 3 minus 2 equal 1. The result will be 150 plus I multiplication by sine 150. Then we get angle here 150. You can convert. This will be what? Will be 6 e power this angle 150 converted from degree to radian divided by 180 multiplication by pi. Convert this angle from degree to radian. It will be what? We cancel 0 by 0 and 15 divided by 8 equal 18 equal can divide by 3, 5 over 6 pi. Right? 5 over 6 by I. The result will be 6 e power 5 over 6 by I. That's the result. It shows what? It shows letter A. Question 24. Two spheres of equal volumes. If the equation of the first sphere x bar 2 plus y bar 2 plus z bar 2 subtract 2x cosine theta subtract 2y sin theta subtract theta equals 0, and the center of the second sphere is cosine theta sin theta, n lies on the sphere of the first sphere, then the equation of the second sphere equal what? We have here two spheres here. We can find the radius. They are intersection. It's the radius here. We have the center about 1, negative coefficient of x, negative coefficient of y, negative coefficient of z divided by 2. Then R1, we can the center, find the center first step. Negative coefficient of x, here it will be cosine theta, and negative coefficient of y equal sin theta, and we have in z here it will be 0. It's the center about the first sphere. Second sphere, he give us cosine theta and sin theta. He give us his example and n. We know it's m2. We know m1 and m2. It's a radius. We can get the radius. We have the same radius here. We know r equals square root of the first power 2 plus second power 2 plus third power 2. Okay, we can write subtract by the constant here. Look at here, cosine power 2 theta. We can find the radius about center 1 here. We have the center, cosine power 2 plus sine power 2 plus 0 power 2, subtract by constant here, subtract by 8, it will be positive 8. Then r equal cosine theta, cosine power 2 theta plus sine power 2 theta equal 1, 1 plus 8 equal 9, it will be 3. Then m1 and m2, the distance between them equal 3. Then we can find m1 and m2 by 2 points here. Cosine minus cosine equals 0. Sine minus sine equals 0. N minus 2 is 0 equal n power 2. It will be equal 3. Then r will be, or n power 2, square root of what? N power 2 equal n equal 3. Then n equal 3. Then you can write the equation of the second sphere. It will be x minus cosine theta power 2 plus y minus sine theta power 2 plus z minus 3 power 2, and r power 2 is the radius here equals 3 centimeter. It will be 3 power 2 equal 9. Choose letter D. Understood? We do this for practice because he tells us in the example the two spheres of squares volume is the equation of the first sphere and second sphere. The center in the first, the center in the second. They are intersection at 2 points and are equal m1 and m2. And we want to find the equation of the second sphere. It will be letter D. Question 25. ABC is a right angle triangle and B at B. Then the value of the determined equal space. Okay, we have triangle, right angle triangle at B, and we want to find the determined here, sine A, cosine A, tan A, 2 cosine C, 2 sine C, 2 cotan C, 3, 4, 5. We know the area about this triangle equal half times base times the height, and we can find the relation between angle A and angle BC. We know cosine C plus sine A equal what? You have this angle A and C equal A equal 90 subtract by C. Then cosine C plus sine A equal what? They are equality here. Sine A, put here, put this angle A equal 9 minus C. Then cosine C plus sine A equal 90 subtract by C equal what? We know cosine C here, and it will be 90 minus in the first quadrant plus sine, it will be cosine C. Then we have equality between cosine C and sine A. They are equality. Then you can write sine A here, cancel it, and write cosine C. Sine A, it will be cosine what? Sine A, it will be equal cosine C. Okay, then cosine A and to go cosine sine C and 4, and we can write 2 outside coefficient here, and we know tan theta, tan angle A equal cotan C. We can cancel tan and write A cotan. Tan A equal cotan C. Then we have here 2 vertical equality. Then the result will be equal 0. Look at the result here. We have angle B equal 90. Then 0 equal cosine 90. Cosine 90 equals 0. Then the result will be equal cosine B, and multiplication by 2 it will be equal 0, shows letter B. Understood? Okay, I will explain it again. Okay, I will explain this example again. Okay, look at here. We have triangle, right angle triangle at B. It's angle 90 degree. We know sine C equal cosine A. Understood? Why? Because the measure of angle A plus measure of angle C equal 90. Then sine C equal cosine A, and sine A equal cosine C. We can cancel in the result here. Then you can cancel sine A here and write cosine C. Sine A cancel and write cosine C, and cosine A cancel and write sine C, and tan A equal tan A cotan C, and write 2 height common factor between all term outside. Then we have 2 vertical equality. The result will be equal 0 here, because we have 2 vertical equalities. The result will be equal 0. 0 equality where here? Equality B, because cosine B equal 90 degree here. Cosine 90 equals 0. Then we must choose letter B about this example.